Blessings, everybody. How's everyone doing today? And welcome to those who watch the replay. My name is Mary Jane Tracy. I'm a psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and an astrologer, and coming to give you the 411 of the cosmic highway for this week from the September 7th to the 14th. It's a big breath week. It is a big breath week. We have a lot of cosmic shenanigans that are going to be happening this week. We have where we are going to be having to step into a lot of different energies for ourselves and for that around us. And this is going to be, wow, I believe it's, this is where, energies show us things. They show us what is going well and what is not going well. That's what it is. Energies come in and they're a guidance system. So a guidance system is coming in. A guidance system that's coming in to show us as a collective on the directions on where we are wanting to pivot. And we are going to see, because especially Tuesday and then Wednesday when Mars goes retrograde, and Mars is at the very peak, like for him to go retrograde. He's at 28 degrees Aries, and he's going to go all the way back to about, I think it's 15. So he's going back, like he's going to go, vroom, right? Just like that. Vroom. And the one thing when a planet is retrograde, it's when they are closer to the Earth. So when you look at that planet at night, and you'll see, because he'll be very red at night, you will see, especially around midnight, I think he comes up around midnight. So when you see him, it will almost look like he is going backwards. It's an optical illusion. It's like passing a car on a freeway. When you pass them, it looks like they just sort of slow down. And this energy, this friction, this, pull that's coming in is going to pull us, right? And Jupiter following week, so Jupiter on the 13th will be going forward, but it's like a great big freight train starting to go forward, right? So we're going to have Jupiter starting to go forward, and then the following will be Saturn. And Jupiter's been retrograde for 5 months. And so we have that, all of that energy is starting to accumulate within us. It's starting to create a lot of tension, a lot of animosity. There is a lot that's going on the outside, and we're seeing it in many different, in so many different things are coming in, right? There's so much, activity and energy. Portland just exploded up again this weekend. I mean, 100 days, like, and it boggles my mind because it's Portland. I'm thinking Portland mild, this, the guru, this little utopia of, the hub of organic and, Oregon and stuff like that. And it's just like, and how this is starting to stir and how this energy is starting to really create, and how is that stirring and creating happening in your life? Coming back to locally, for those who are in the Alberta area, it's like, some of the laws that are coming in and things that are being implemented, especially within the school system. So just an FYI for those children or parents who are having their children learn or are in social studies or in that upper grades of learning social studies, start to pay attention to their curriculum. Because the person who is writing the curriculum has a huge issue with people who are lesbian, bi, gay, queer, trans, and all of that. He's very, very right-wing. He is very not in the mix. And also on history, what kind of history is going to is being taught? And this is imperative too. So a lot of that, of information that's coming in and being taught to our children. So this is going to be something for parents to really start to be aware of what the curriculum is and what's being taught, because some of the curriculum is being chopped up and some things are not being taught of, our history. It's like when I was raised, we weren't taught about residential schools, funny enough, and we should have been, right? Shame on us, shame, right? So this is where, in order to create this newness that we want, education is the key. Education is the key. Knowing where we came from and knowing the mistakes of the past, not dwelling on them, not going back and pointing fingers, but understanding them and saying, hey, how can we create something new? Hence Mars going retrograde in Aries, causing a lot of animosity and all of this energy. And as this is happening, as all of this is happening, and we have beautiful Mercury into Libra wanting to balance it out. And then the moon this week was going to go up, and he's going to hit the North Node in Gemini. So we got so much cray coming in, baby. It's going to be, and it's like Mars is like, I want to know the answers. I'm a warrior. Yeah. And here comes the moon and saying, hey, you know what? We got to get enlightened. We got to find things, and we need answers. And he's asking the North Node, and the North Node's going, hey, you know what? I think we need to get some more information. Not everything is being shown. Boom. How is that affecting you? What is going on in your realm, and what are you blinding your eyes to? What are you not seeing in a full way? Who are you trusting when you know you shouldn't be trusting? Wow. Ooh. This energy is coming in and saying, where is your focus? For so many years, it's always been put somebody else for it, put somebody else for it, put somebody else for it. How's it been working? How's it been working when you've been avoiding your own destiny, your own alignment? Because you can't help someone if you're not helping yourself. You can't go out and go out there and say, I want to help these people, and I haven't even done the work myself. That's a huge one. And that's where a lot of light workers are awakening, because it's like, it's great to teach it, but if you're not living it and if you're not doing it, then you're not being that truth of the authenticity that you've come in to be. Whew, and I've learned that one in big ways in my life. And that's why a lot of people end up not being in my alignment anymore. They disappear, or they unfriend me on Facebook. Ooh, Scorpio all upset. No, not really. It's like curiosity, yeah, of why did you, what was your issue, right? But a lot of people don't like truth. They don't like truth. They want to go to something fluffy and cute and wonderful, and they don't want to hear the truth of things, and they get angry. I do get people angry at me because they don't want to hear what I say. If I'm doing a reading for somebody, it's not me, it's the spirit coming through, and I'm just like, I've learned through the years that the truth has to come out. The truth has to be said. I cannot downplay information that comes through with spirit. If you're downplaying information that's coming from spirit for somebody, and you're giving them a reading, then you are not doing them of service, nor are you doing yourself of service, because then Spirit's going to say, well, why am I going to talk to you? I'm going to wait till you get your shit together, because you're not delivering to help people for their highest good. And that's where this is coming forth. And this is where we have to start looking and saying, how does that affect me? Yeah. And that's what you should be saying. How is this affecting me? How is this energy affecting me? Right? Yeah, I would love to tell people you are going to be able to travel and go. And I know some people have gone down to the Caribbean. Cool. You go to the Caribbean. You want to go in there, and it's great. They might, I've heard of people going to Aruba. I've heard of people going to Jamaica and Mexico. So that's fine. Yes, that is open, and you can go. You can travel. There's no travel bans on there. There's warnings. But this is where also most of those countries are very poor. Most of those countries are not getting the money they need to help them and to educate them. And a lot of them are finding that there's a lot of reports going on and a lot of deaths that are happening that we are not aware of. So there's a lot of hidden secrets that are still going to be revealed by Uranus. And Uranus is going to be making things explode in some big ways over the next few years, even it's retrograde. It's going to come through in the next few months. So as I said, how is that affecting you? And just before I'm going to pull out who's going to go first, and which sign for your sun, moon, and rising sign is going to be up first. There is a couple things. Journey Club starts on Sunday. So if you are wanting to join me for Journey Club, it starts Sunday. Let me know. Let's get in. Let's get you registered, because I'll be sending out information this week for the people who have joined me on Journey Club. So you'll be getting the information. You're going to get your first workbook and stuff to go through it. We also have Reiki level 1 and 2 happening at the end of the month. So, and that is online. That's going to be on Zoom. So we have that going on. I am teaching some classes at Blessed Circle, which is very limited number that we will be teaching. And that is going to be happening. I got the tarot class on the 16th. The next thing that I'm going to announce is that I'm going to be coming back for some fall products. And I know it's so my Shit Be Gone spray is going to be coming out this week. My Blissed Out spray is going to be coming out this week. I'm going to be making some stuff for the Yuletide. Not so much Sowean. Yeah, I might. We'll see how it goes. But making out things for that. So definitely keep a lookout, because I'll be advertising that. It'll be going up on the Guru Mama page. I'll be starting to do that. I'm also I'm stepping into some clothing. but I'll see how that goes, because I'm looking at different designs. So that's interesting, but that's all online. That's not where everything's going to be online. So that is going to be exciting for some, when it comes to knapsacks and covers for your phone and water bottles and things like that. So I'm going to be designing some things for that coming up. So lots of changes coming in. But that's when you step in. When you step in, it's like things start to open up and you're just like, what? And you go with it and you do it. And just as it unfolds, you start to see where, what'll work, what won't work, and the whole bit. So who is first up on, and they keep on telling me the chopping block, but I don't like to the chopping block. Who is first up here? And amazingly enough, who is up first, and this is pretty amazing, is Gemini. is the Gemini who are up first. Do you believe it? After so many months of being last, you guys are up first. So we have the Geminis coming in. And you know what? That is cray, isn't it, James? Oh, James, I got to get a side note, James. I need that thing done in my car because it's making too much noise. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, back on point for see that's Gemini. That's so Gemini. It comes in and it's like, oh, this, oh, this, oh, this, oh, this. But with that north node there, it is really looking at direction. And it's the sway bar link. Yes, that's it. Really looking at some energies that are coming in for you guys that are hot and tense. This, a lot where you guys have been sort of sitting there, sort of watching, being the observer. But with that north node there, I feel for a lot of Geminis, this is like a real pushing you to awaken, really pushing you this week to really start to clean your shit up. Because there's a lot of things that you might have had, and I feel, and they're showing me a closet. There's things that are in the closet that maybe, they're in the closet. You have to open that door, but you just haven't. So this is a week of opening the door. This is a week of allowing yourself to get the courage. Here comes the Leo energy for you to get in and look at the importance of what it is. And for some, I think it feels like for some Gemini, some of it's going to be quite a lot, because either they've shoved things down and they don't want to create that change, or they're afraid of doing it because, oh, wow, okay. See, they're afraid of a finger being pointed at them, or that there's something coming in, and I feel like they're afraid that someone's going to say something that they are going to be ashamed, or they're going to feel guilty about. So there's things that are coming in as I'm opening up this closet that need to be reviewed. And yes, some of it, when you first start taking things out of a closet, there's some things, there might be some memories, some good things, some bad things. But, as we go deeper into the closet, this is where we start to discover and go into the soul, and going into the depth of the soul. And it's funny that they're showing me this, is because it's like it's part of a class that I'm going to be creating that has to do about going into the depths of the soul, going into the areas of transformation and change. When we got to go into those, we got to step into hell. And in stepping into hell, we realize that hell is ours. It's our doors that we have to open, our chambers that we have to open. And with that, again, I get the lion coming in for you. So it's harnessing that loyalty. It's harnessing and allowing for you to charge ahead magnificently. See, that's what it does. It's like you open it up and you're like, wow, here I am in my true authentic self. I've been stripped. I've been taken, and I stand here in my nakedness. It's like the Lover card. You stand in your nakedness because you're vulnerable. But it's in that vulnerability that you create something that is absolutely fabulous. An income, and of course, Saturn return comes in. So the Saturn return is that of coming of age. There's craziness that happens when a Saturn return happens, whether that is with you physically, mentally, spiritually. The very first time, you got to think of what was happening to you, say, and I got, for some of you, okay, for some of you who are, under around 27, 28, 29, look at that energy that was happening to you then. What was going on? right? All of the changes. Some of you may have been married. Some of you have had your first child, or maybe it's your second child. Maybe this is when you bought a house. This is where you decided to go to school or quit school. Maybe this is a time when you decided to move away and move from where you are. So something changed dramatically with that energy. For those of you who are a little older, that's say around 57, 58, and into, up to 60, in between that era and in between that energy, that's your second Saturn return. So that has to do with depths. And that's what I'm thinking about with the Geminis. You guys are going through you're going to be going through some cray, and we're bringing in, 2 cards stuck together for you. Oh, see, I get, there's unexpected, beautiful energy. There's unexpected, but it's very beautiful, and you're not expecting that beauty. Yet here we come in with the resistance. So there's resistance in this. There's resistance in this energy that's coming forth. That you don't want to step into the courage and the changes that are coming in for you. Because the thing, but the one thing that you're resisting is the pain. You're resisting the pain of it all. You're resisting that of allowing your heart to be seen, the 3 of Swords. There's a lot of pain. There's grayness in the back. So things are muted. So you're just not knowing, but you need to allow yourself to be exposed to that pain in order for you to be healed. And that's why opening that closet, Geminis, no wonder you're first. You take so long that you go through it, that you find that things have to change for you. And I'm just getting a few people that are like coming in and asking, is this going to be severe? Is this going to be a severe change? Is this going to be something that is, fear? So fear is coming in. So a lot, a few are saying, what do I have to fear? Is this going to be fearful to me? And my thing for you, and what I want to say to you is, like, fear of the unknown, definitely. There's always fear of the unknown, always fear of something that you cannot control. But that fear or that energy is something that you have to grasp a hold of, because when you do, you find that fear is something that has actually held you back. And this is something that's going to direct you to go forward and allow for you to go forward. So fear is only saying, if I pay you too much attention, things are going to be revealed to you. But in that revealing, in that veil being opened up for you, this is where transformation and change is really going to hit you and really going to come forth for you, Geminis. Okay? Big week. This is a big week for you, Geminis. And it's like, and I love this analogy because the Leo King did it this week, and I loved his analogy of this. And he says, when he was talking about the energies this week, he said, it's like getting rid of that tramp tattoo, and getting rid of a tramp tattoo. Okay. Tattoo removal is painful. It's not fun. But sometimes there's a tattoo that you might have had and I don't want this on my body anymore. Because that ink, when we put ink on our body and we put that energy into our body, there's a transformation and change. I remember, and I can't remember, she's an astrologer and a tarot reader here, but she was getting this tree of life put on. And as it was going on her, and as she was putting this beautiful tattoo, and I think it was on her back, if I'm remembering correctly, that the tattoo that she was getting put on was causing, and she could feel the vibrational changes happening within her. So very true, when you are trying to change something or remove something that you've maybe had on you for so long, is creating a transformational change. So Geminis, there you go. Whew. Cancer. You guys are looking at all that energy that is there. When it comes to the Saturn and Pluto and um, Jupiter energy, and you see it, and Jupiter's going forward, and Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. Like, he loves to be in that emotions because he can see and follow. It's like the hippie king and queen coming in and saying, we're just going to transform this bus, and we're going to create something. We're going to travel this, and we're going to, that's this, for the Cancers, there's this energy that's going to come in for you that is saying that with Jupiter. It's like Jupiter in this energy of Capricorn. It's just like wants you to focus on one thing, and it's like for you to just come in, and this is like I'm almost putting you into a compactor and putting and squeezing. This is squeezing. I feel like there's a lot of squeezing happening with Cancers. So you're being squeezed. This energy is being squeezed, and in it comes too Mars. So what are you being squeezed? What's being squeezed? Your physical strength, your drive. What's happening to you at this time? What's going on that you are having? And I feel like now it's like something that you have to look at. You have to look at this. But you have been diverted with all your different emotions and feelings and everything just going forward, and you're just trying to get things done. And it's like you're pedaling, but you're not going anywhere. And here comes this energy, this direction that's saying, we got to squeeze you in so you can have a better clarity on what is going forward for you. Yes, Candace, it's Monday on what's going forward, because it's bringing you into a new journey. And that new journey, your fourth house, your roots. So this is such a beautiful card. I love this. Look at the angels down at below. You see the angels? There's angels there. So this is bringing in, look at this beautiful bird and all the cosmos. So this is bringing in such rootedness for you. And bringing in this rootedness for you is saying to you that you have to get this focus in order to get the roots going for this journey. This isn't like a journey that you take when you're 18 or 19 or however you were when you left home. And you're just like, oh, yes, I will get free stuff from wherever, and now I will fill my house with whatever. This is more of like, no, I want to bring in my drive. I want to bring in the spirit, this fighting spirit, and say, no, that's the direction I really want to go into. That's what feels right for me. This is where this is coming forward. I'm actually having a map that's going to help me to get to my destination. I'm going to start to plan things. That's where the squeezing comes in. It's saying, okay, we're going to squeeze you and get you to go. It's almost like getting a course direction happen for you, Cancers. And with this, it's going to bring in what you are wanting to attract, your attraction, right? Bringing that super moon in, getting and saying, what are you attracting? What are you allowing yourself to step forward in and bring forth? What is it that you are trying to devise in your world? And it's important. It's important because this is your drive. This is your physical energy. And if you're already feeling exhausted and you haven't even started, then I would start looking at, okay, what am I taking? What are my vitamins, my minerals? What are the nutrients I'm bringing into my diet? Okay. A lot of times when we start, when diet comes in for people, when I'm doing a reading and they say, yeah, I eat a clean diet. And then I'm like, okay, well, this is what you need to start bringing in more. Oh, I don't eat a lot of salad, or I don't eat a lot of greens or whatever. And I said, okay, then you're not really eating a diet. This is why this energy is coming in, is because you got to add these nutrients to your body in some way. Now, I know so many issues with people's guts, so much gut issues. And this is where I'm coming back into cancers. Pay attention to your gut. What's going on with your gut? What's going on with that? Because if you're not listening to your intuition in that, your gut might be going. So what's going on with your tummy? Is your tummy upset? All of that. That's what you got to start looking into, tuning into my body and saying, okay, what do I feel? Why is my tummy upset? Or why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling why are my shoulders, all feeling rough? And when I do that and I just go like that, it's just like everything, I just felt everything crack. And in comes the King of Wands. This is bringing passion. This King of Wands. This card shows you that you can have your spiritual, you can have a great job and everything's going well, right? But there's something inside of you and you see something, it's like, but that's what I really want to do. I love all of this and I'm going to, this is what you created, but that's where I want to go. I have passion to create this. I have passion for whatever I need to stand up for or do within my own life. That's where that squeeze is coming in. It's getting you to look at that and address it and honor it and stand in there. But if you're not, my little Cancerians, it can be very difficult, and you could be swishing around and all of a sudden you're in this crazy whirlpool. I don't know if you've ever seen, as a river's going down and stuff, and sometimes little whirlpools will appear, where the water just gets kind of turned around. And that's where you don't want to go, because you want to set down those roots, that fourth house which you rule. It's that intimate feeling. This is what you feel. This is the fourth house. You rule the fourth house. This is what you feel. This is what you want. This is your how it is, how you put it together. This is your house. And with the moon coming up, and it'll be in later on this week, because the moon is going to hit Gemini, it's in Taurus right now. It's going to hit into Gemini into around Wednesday. So into, say Wednesday, Thursday. So by the weekend, Cancer, you guys are going to be in this knee deep, or I'm going to say waist deep, even neck deep for some of you, with a lot of this energies on what direction. And this is where all of a sudden you're in it, and Mars is retrograde and Jupiter's going forward, and you're just like, oh my God, what am I, you're in that whirlpool of cray. And it's like saying, okay, and do you want to just be spun out into whatever direction the universe decides for you so you can figure your shit out? Or are you going to step into it and say, I am ready to make this change and I'm going to step out of it and allow myself to step out? My mind runs on a very beautiful energy of a person who always had an excuse, and she was a Cancerian. She is a Cancerian. Of why she didn't, I got to wait for this to happen, or I got to get this to happen, or this has got to happen before I can do that. And in it caused, for others, you don't realize how the effects are upon other people when you are doing what you are doing, right? And I'm not saying to put anybody first, but this is where the energies are coming in and saying, you got to take action into this direction. Because if you don't take action into the direction, not only there's repercussions on but there's repercussions on many others that are around you. So this is an important thing for you right now, Cancers, to really take the charge and the direction of where you need to go. Whoa, these are such crazy readings today. I didn't. Usually I have notes or something that I've done before. Today I didn't do any notes. I'm just coming in, and we're coming in with Scorpio. Yeah, it's a big breath for Scorpio. It is a huge breath for Scorpio. Because right now, with Uranus and the moon being there, you're kind of feeling this rambunctiousness and feeling, yes, I want to, this wanting this movement, wanting to move. So it's almost like there's this rambunctiousness that's happening with the Scorpios right now, wanting to create, wanting to get things mobile, into mobility. And with that, there is also the energies that are coming in with the grand like things being relieved. So there's some release that's coming in where Cancer or where Scorpios are going to be the releasement that we're going to see for the world and for your world. So, and what Scorpios not only rule banks, trading, money, taxes, boundaries, taboo, how far you can push things, and truth. They focus, here comes the Scorpios with the truth. Here is the truth of what needs to be done. Here's the truth on where we are going to go. Yet, that full truth is not going to be seen until the middle of October, when the sun enters Scorpio. So a lot of frustration will be starting this week. A lot of frustration, especially with, because one of your rulers, Mars, is going retrograde in Aries. So it's that you can sort of feel that frustration that you have. Pluto in Capricorn, more frustration on what's happening and looking at things and corruption in that's going on. And even where there may be corruption in your own world or with those around you, and you're witnessing it and you are like, whoa, okay. Where is it that I want to focus? And they keep showing me petals. So focus my petals, focus the petals, focus the petals, the petals, the petals. So I'm focusing my petals. I'm focusing on where my petals are driving. So the pedals on a bike where they're driving, where I need to maybe take my feet off, sort of like the feet off the accelerator, but take my feet off the pedals and sort of make that turn, and where I'm going to have to start really pushing a lot harder. And Pisces is coming in. So it's having compassion and love for yourself and forgiveness. And forgiveness is a big one. And wanting to, don't be so harsh, because Scorpios can be very harsh, not only to themselves, but to those around them. They can come across very harsh, very brash, more so than what other signs can. And with it, of course, the devil comes in for the Scorpios. And it's funny, this card jumped out earlier for me today because I am a Scorpio. To take care immediately, to avoid temptation and deceit. Don't let when the taboo comes in and we want to push it, yeah, we can. But this is saying that there's a softer way of doing it. Come into the softness. Come into that flow, so that you are not, and with that you can take care of things immediately without having that brashness come forth. Because that brashness can, this is such a Scorpio reading. Comes in Black Moon Lilith. And she's moved in and she's in the Taurus energy right now. So Black Moon Lilith is coming in too, and that's opposite you, of saying, what is it that I need to look at? What may be hidden? She's coming in with her divisiveness and transformation and change. And she's a goddess of change of 8 days. So things happen very rapidly. You want to make this week could be the catalyst for you to create a change that you want, because immediate action has to be taken. But allowing that immediate action as you take it, you don't have to come across so brash. So maybe you just need to put a little lipstick on and look a little bit softer and come in with an energy of more love in order to create whatever that change is, where you could get involved and get into the crazy dog fight, but instead take your feet off the pedals, and allow for you to say, okay, maybe I just need to back up a bit here, and then I'm going to reroute over here, because I don't want to get into the dog fight. I don't want to get into that craziness. I want to get into where, all right, I'm going to come over here because the water is bluer. The water is calmer. I feel the water. I feel this beautiful sea greens coming in and these turquoise energies that are coming in, which is very much, the upper part of the heart and the thyroid. This is the crown coming into that energy. And as you are doing it, what begins to happen is that you come into your gratitude. Having that gratitude. Having the gratitude for all that you have, for all that's on the way. Having gratitude for your breath, for your eyesight, for everything. Just having simple gratitude is going to bring in the softness so that you can take that immediate action. Because Lilith and the devil showing up, that is immediate action. There are two energies that aren't going to be like, oh yeah, we'll just sit on the side and wait. They're not. They do not sit on the side and wait. They are ones that come in and say, we're getting it done. We're doing this now. Okay, let's get it done. Let's do it. And with that, see, your queen comes in. Here comes the hippie queen. The hippie queen comes in and she's saying, yeah, so let's follow our intuition. Let's follow this emotion and allow it to lead. So that softness could be where, oh, you know what? I like to sage. Yeah, I love to create this. And step into that of, yeah, I really love to do this, whatever it is. I love to knit. I love to paint. I love to organize, whatever. But stepping into that softness and that intuition is going to bring that change and transformation that you need. That's going to allow for those immediate actions to start taking, and it's going to happen rapidly for you this week. And all with that, with a sprinkle of gratitude. And the gratitude comes in with so much love. So much love. So much love. That's exciting. Yet it can be very challenging. It can be extremely challenging for you guys this week, because sometimes Scorpios they can be soft, but sometimes they don't. The image for Scorpios in that if you ever go through a calendar and you flip on a calendar, their picture is not like anybody else's picture. Usually, and this is what really bothered me as a child, as a teenager, I wanted my Scorpio picture on the calendar, and even for November, to be like that of May, so nice and springy and beautiful. And here comes the darkness and the fall and these pathways and mystery and all of this kind of stuff. And it was usually, a picture of somebody, a little bit darker looking, for the November ones. So this is where, a lot of times, yeah, they can come across very harsh, but I feel for you guys that, looking into soften something up that needs to be softened. Take a look at what needs to be softened in your life. Okay. Now, if anybody wants to, if you are wanting to get a natal chart done, get a hold of me. I am actually starting to, these next 2 weeks are pretty kind of crazy busy, but you know what? see if you can get in, wanting to book a natal chart reading with me, and get a natal chart reading, because you get a lot of information in there as we are heading into the Aquarius energy. Whew. Aquarius. There is this inner child that's coming in, but there's also, with the inner child, I feel what's being played out for you with a lot of this is enjoying, right? Enjoying. I wanted the pretty pic for October. My birthday's the 28th. Yeah, I want the pretty picture. I like the pretty picture. But yet, that's not what happens with Scorpios. Aquarius gets, kind of, they're, because they're coming into sort of that, the January, February energy. So there's a lot of blues and whites, winter, the end of winter. And of course, Valentine's Day and all of this kind of lovey-dovey kind of energy comes in. And it's funny, I started to talk about the calendars, and now I'm feeling this with the Aquarius. It's coming into that inner child, that play. This is that energy that's opposite you, which is Leo. Playfulness. Come on, let's get some play. You guys are really stressed out here. Let's come in and let's, come in and maybe do some dancing and do some movements, my little Aquarius, because your finances, values, your values may be changing. Financials might be changing. What do you want financially? What does it look like financially for you? And bringing in those financials. And we have you, it's like, but you can still soar, you can still dream, you can still create. There's a greater destiny for you than what you are thinking right now, because you're getting very caught up in the militantness. That's the word, militantness of your life. You're getting very caught up into, like, let's get it done. We got to have this done. And yes, we'll bring in some people, we'll do this, but it's very militant. So the militant comes in, because that is the other part of an Aquarius. They can be very regimented. And, I often ask my daughter, where did you come from? Because you are so conservative. She is, in her dress, in what she wears, in her makeup. When she was little, she did not want, she's going on stage. She wanted the pretty outfit, but I don't want to be seen. I don't want anybody to see me. I don't want to stick out that much. But the thing is, if you ever met my daughter, she just sticks out anyways, because she's a very beautiful woman. And her, just with her coloring, and her eyes are big, and her hair is beautiful and stuff. But this is where it's like, I don't want to, I want to be a wallflower. I just want to stick in, if everybody's wearing white, I want to wear white. If everybody's wearing blue, I want to wear blue. This is where it's coming in and saying, you know what? How about if you add some purple on there? What if you add, you got that blue on there. Let's add some orange, right? And bring in, let's pop it, baby. This is when things start to say, yeah, I am the Aquarius. I am the one that goes out. I am the one that thinks outside the box. And I don't have to have everything organized the way the world thinks it has to be organized. And bring that in. See, the air element comes in for you. Communications. Listening to the communications and the information that's coming in. Allowing for you to be able to communicate to others, to be able to communicate with you. And that, I think, is an important piece, and how that looks. And coming in and surrendering it. And that's beautiful with this, because we are in the waning moon, coming in and doing this internal look of who I am, and surrendering to that cosmos. Allowing for that. And that's when I find, many times with Aquarius, is once they come into that beautiful energy of their cosmic birthright, There's such beauty there. They start to create and they start to sing and they start to bring in, yeah, I want the best. I want to have that. What do I need to do it? And my mind runs on Michael Jordan. The reason why it runs on Michael Jordan, he is an Aquarius, but it runs on him because, you know, when you saw the show, I don't know if the one that played, I think it was on Netflix, about Michael Jordan, and everybody said, "Oh, hey, well, he was so harsh, and look at what he did. He didn't let his players eat because they didn't play well and stuff." But taking a step back, he had it. This is my dream, and all of you want to be a part of my dream. This is what we got to do to be in my dream. If you don't want to be in my dream, then don't be here. That's Aquarius. If you want to be in my dream, if you want to be a part of this, this is what we need to do in order to create that, to make it happen. Yeah, it's kind of harsh. Yeah, but this is where he had a huge dream. This is what he wanted. This is huge. This is bountiful. And this is where sometimes with Aquarius is that you have that huge dream, putting it forward, because that's going to bring you the emotional well-being that you are so desiring. When it comes to the family life, when it comes to the world that you want, this is saying, I demand this of my world, and I demand that of other people, and I'm not going to compromise, and I'm going to surrender to that of which I desire, because I'm surrendering it. And I know that when I do that, that means I'm allowing for the cosmos and the angels and the guides to come forward, to direct me, to give me the information for me to soar to the way I need to soar and allow me to have that financial stability that I want. But if I am continually not allowing that and compromising myself to others and coming into a rigidness, which is very militant, and not allowing my spirit to flow, then I will find things going up in smoke. That's a lot. It's just like, that's a lot. But that's what I think for Aquariuses have to look at and do for their own well-being. Moving on. And who do we move on to? Virgo. Whew. Virgos. Happy birthday, Virgo. We're halfway through the month, halfway through the energies, and the sun is at 15 degrees. So we're plugging along, and moving along for you. And with everything that's happening, it's like you are looking at the finer points and looking at the finer points and the finer the details. And this is where you're looking at the details of things, and the details. You're looking at the small interactions of what is happening. Small interactions of what is happening in your life. Like, what are those small interactions? And are they fulfilling? Is that really what it is that I wanted or created in my life? Is that, and I think for a lot of Virgos is like, you are looking at it and saying, this is what I need to begin to focus on. Now they showed me a pie. So I got a pie coming in for you guys. So it's focusing on, because a lot of times when you are creating a pie, when you are making a pie from scratch, and you want to make the crust, right? A lot of times, a lot of people can't make crust for pies. It is a technique. I'm going to say it is that there's a technique to making the pie crust, but it's allowing for you to have the bowl, chill enough, not too hot. Bringing in, we always used lard when we made our crust. and to allow it and to need it enough. So this is where I feel like for the Virgos, it's all of those little details of what you are putting into that pie crust. What are you creating? Because then comes the filler of what you want to fill it with, and then the covering. And if you want to decorate it up and put the pretty little leaves on there and really, make the edges very pretty. This is where I find that you got to find the details of everything right now on what you are wanting to put together. And Chiron comes in because it's about the healing, the ability to heal. It is the teacher. It's the one to learn. So there's some lessons here that you are learning, Virgos. A lot of little lessons are coming in, whether it has to do with people around you. It could have to do with your health. It could have to do with your finances. There's these little things that are coming in that maybe there's some details that you missed in creating this. Maybe there's some things that you chopped off and you're like, holy shit, I really needed that. Why did I let that go? Or why am I not, it could be a person. Why did I push that person out of my life? Because I might have been pig-headed. I might have been obstinate, and I was whatever it was, but I really needed that energy of that person. It might be too late to really reconnect or come back. So there might be something there that you have to heal. So now you have to create a new compound in creating that crust, something different in creating that crust. And that is where you got to allow for the, bringing in your positive energy surrounding you. It's like, okay, well, I'm learning from this, but I'm going to create something that is better over here. I'm going to create something that is more meaning for me. And Mars coming in, being quite the force. And with Mars coming in and being that force for you, this is, definitely, this is that Pisces, Mars in Aries coming in. There's oppositions. There's also where right now there's energy of opposition coming in with Uranus. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What is that foundation that you're putting down in your world? We also have with you, the energies, that Mars, that force. How are you being forceful in your life? How are you allowing yourself to project with that energy that you want to create? How are you creating that beautiful pie that you want to indulge in? Or are you creating this pie and it's all filled with shit? Right? And you're like, no, I don't want that pie. I don't want to create that. This is why I want to create something new. I want to create this newness for myself and allow myself to heal and forgive so I can go forward and really allow myself to create something positive and be able to listen to what isn't, or listen to what is happening. Listen to that. And that's where you come in with your purity, because that is so you. You are the purity sign. You are the virgin sign. You are stepping into that purity. You're stepping in to that enlightenment and allowing for that to come forward, because the King of Cups is the king. He is the ruler. He is the one who is going to direct the energies and the emotion into bringing in the flow. If you are so stubborn and you want to stand firm, this is the way it has to be done, and you're not allowing for the new details to come in and to allow for that flow to happen, the king comes in, because the king's going to do it. He's going to do it. He doesn't give a fuck about what you think or say. A king is going to do what a king is going to do. He's a ruler. He has a bigger objective than what you are just focusing on, that 1, 2, 3 little points, because you're getting lost in some of the things. You might be getting lost in overthinking some of the details when you already have everything together, and you just have to follow your intuition and allowing for it to come together and not losing out on things or people or places. That's a lot. Keep on saying that. That's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of energy coming in today. So everyone, I want to know how everybody's doing out there. I know you guys are listening, and you're there. And thank you for those who are joining me. Thank you for those who have shared this out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I'm starting that. I really want to. I have a goal that I want to make for reaching people when I'm doing my scopes and I'm doing things. So I have a goal that I want to reach. So please share it out because I really want want these messages to come out and be heard. And if you are enjoying it, it's like allow it to be enjoyed, right? Right? You know, if you enjoy this, definitely share it with friends. Share it with friends. Thank you. So share it out, because that's the only way. Because that helps me, helps what I'm doing grow, and as I grow, you grow, and I can offer more fabulous, um, fabulous things and readings and other things that I love to do. Wow, Libras, how Libras. Well, we got Mercury in your sign, wanting to communicate, bring you some information, get things going. Your mind might be, you might be overthinking a little bit more than usual, especially with Mercury there, and really getting things, you know, up and going. Plus, you're opposite Aries, so with the Aries energy that's coming in, and Mars going retrograde, and you're feeling that it's like that force is coming at you, and you're just like, well, what the hell is all of this? Why am I feeling all of this? Right? Because you got to look at, so if there's, let's look at like, okay, you're in your house, you've got a beautiful house, you're sitting there in your house, but across the way, there is some activity starting to happen. So all of a sudden, you live across where, because you like to have balance and things looking pretty and things going well, and you want to have, you want to keep things, you want to keep the things in scale, scale. And but across the way from you is this crazy energy, and it's Mars, and it's like, I got to get going, and what's going on, and it's loud. It's like someone playing heavy metal, crazy rock, whatever music, or if you, whatever music you don't like at 2:00 in the morning, loud, and it's coming to your house. Boom, 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 boom. And you're like, what is going on? Why is all of this happening? It is ruining my chi. It's ruining my energy. What's going on? And this is the energy that's coming forth and then Mercury's coming in. What's happening? What why aren't you doing anything? What's this is kind of crazy right now. Isn't this really frustrating? Are you enjoying this? What's going on? Because Mercury can come in, and it can be a little bit of a trickster, and it can cause a little bit of a ruckus, and it can cause a lot of animosity and frustration. So we have this energies that are coming forth, and you're looking at it, and you're looking at this energy, and you're looking at everything that's going on. And you're saying, yeah, this is really crazy, man. This is really crazy. What do I need to do to calm this energy down? What do I need to create a more peaceful atmosphere with that energy that's going on? Have you talked to that energy? Have you conversed? Have you, mentioned something? And maybe all that needs to happen is a conversation that you might have been avoiding because you're feeling like, I don't want to have that conversation. But Mercury is going, yeah, you got to have a conversation. Maybe you got to talk to that person. Maybe you, or not. Maybe you don't, maybe, or not. It'll be fine. It'll pass. Maybe they'll move out. Well, not until January. So if you want to continue, the energy is bombarding you. It's going to continue till January, because Mars isn't leaving till January. And by that time, it might be too late to change what it is that you want to change in your life. It'll be harder for you to change it. Right now, you have the energies that are saying, yeah, we can do this. We can create and we can make the changes that we want and have a quiet dignity as spiritual center, bringing in that Zen, bringing in that peace that you are wanting to allow yourself to come forth in. But if you're not addressing that which is bombarding you so much, that noise that keeps coming up and disturbing you, then you're going to find it's just going to get more difficult, especially as the months go on, especially when we get into that new moon in Libra in October. And that new moon in Libra is going to be like, you know, that's the energy. It's like, this is what we got to do. We got to create this now and blah, 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 blah. Without even looking at what the scales are or the balance is, or maybe something is tipped too far and it's saying, okay, this is tipped way too far in this direction. We need this. It's like, I'm going to bring in Portland, you know, and the energies in Portland, you know, how much longer can that city go without it? And how is that going to see? And what I see with that, it's going to leak out. It's going to leak out. It's going to leak out in different directions. And things are going to start to leak out from there in some crazy ways. Chicago's another one, right? How is that going to leak out into the energies that are going to be coming into my life? And do I want that to leak out? Do I want to have that into my life? And it's like, no, I want to be ready. I want to bring in exciting things that are new into my life. I want to bring in a celebration. I want to bring in some fun. I don't want to bring in a bunch of crazy shit that's going to cause chaos in my life. That's not where I want to go. I want to have the peace and the tranquility. And I want to have things that I enjoy. And I want to be able to, you know, work and do the things that I love to do and create the things I love to create. And with that, what that will be, you know, and be with inside my own self, my body, and my relationships. What kind of relationships do I want? Do I want to continue having crazy, fucked up relationships and I just want to pursue that, or I want to get back at that person, or whatever it is? No, I want to create a more harmonious energy, love. And with that comes a revolution. God help us all when the Libras stand up and say, we're having a revolution because we're not taking this fucking shit anymore. When a Libra stands up, and I've experienced this many times with my younger son, when a Libra stands up and says, no, we are done. Fuck it. It's done. It's done. That sword has come out. That sword has been released. And that's what's coming forward with the energies with Libra. Libra, you're coming to a point and saying, fuck it, I am done with this fucking bullshit. This is where I'm going to be directing. This is where I'm going to go. I am no longer going to be subject to that energy that has been bombarding me. I'm no longer going to be subject to things tipping my scales way out of balance where I have to overcompensate on my own self. I am done. The revolution has begun. That is crazy. That is crazy. Because when that happens, we step into the darkness and the long night moon. And as you step into the darkness, you allow for that glow to happen because the path is illuminated. But the path is illuminated for you. To say, I am heading towards the joy I want to have in my life. I'm heading towards, and I have to understand that, yes, there's a lot of pain and there could be a lot of people that are no longer in my alignment, or things or places or things that are no longer there, but I am going to head into something that is real for me. because that's going to be the fulfillment, because I am done. 10 of Swords. I am done. I am done. I am done. I am no longer putting up with anybody else's fucking bullshit or anybody else's shit, having that in my alignment, having myself compromised for other people's fucking shit, because I'm done. 10 of Swords. Done. Done. Not doing it. Not going there. I don't give a fuck what you're doing across the street. I am done with that. I am not going to have that happen anymore. I am not going to put up with you playing your music at 2 o'clock in the morning. I am done. No fucking way. I am going to get and put into place what I need to put into place in order for me to have those things that I want, to bring in the serenity that I want in my life, and the peace and the tranquility. And if that means I have a revolution, that revolution means that there's a change that is going to happen. And it might be a dark road. It might be something I have to go upon, but I know I'm going to be illuminated, because the moon is coming in to illuminate the true essence of who I am and what I am. Boom. It's going to happen. Woo! Libras. That's what happens when you piss off a Libra. And that's where I feel the energy is coming in. And I'm getting shivers with this one. So I can feel it. Where it's like, okay, I have done things what I needed to do. I have done what I've done. I've done everything I needed to do for everybody else. I've done it. But now, the transformation has to come in. No longer am I taking any. And nobody can do anything else to you. Nothing anybody can do to you is going to stop you or re-influence you, because you are done with whatever bullshit, whatever crap, and you're heading out somewhere new. That's pretty spectacular, my little Libras. That's spectacular. So, stepping forward this week, Libras, it is coming in and bringing in some huge transformations for you. And with that Mercury or Mars going retrograde and Mercury in your sign right now, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm ready for this bullshit. I'm not putting up with anything else. There you go. As we go into Pisces, let's go into the ocean. And yes, Pisces, as we are going forward and you are opposing the sun. Your energy is coming in and saying, you know what? Hey, Virgo, whoa, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. It's Neptune over here. And the sun's shining down on you, Pisces, saying, yeah, I'm here. I'm going to illuminate. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Where are you sailing off to? Are you in control of your sails? Or are you just allowing the wind to blow and the currents to come in and you are not controlling it? And, you know, I get Johnny Depp coming in for you guys. So my Pisces, I got Johnny Depp coming in as you know, as in Pirates of the Caribbean, and having his compass, right? And his compass doesn't make any sense except to him. The compass only works for him. If he tries to go by somebody else's compass, it doesn't work. And here's the sun shining in and saying, where are you sailing? Are you following your compass? Are you following where it is that you want to go? Or are you just, now I got Sail Away song called, come sail away, you know, just sail away with me. And that's what I get. I got come sail away, just sail away. Is that where you want to go? Is that where with this coming forth, and you're going and you're looking over at the Mafia brothers, and you're looking over at Saturn, and you're looking over at Pluto and Jupiter, and Jupiter and Pluto are coming in. Jupiter and Saturn will be going direct in the next week or so. And you're looking at that energy and you're saying, wow, what kind of foundation am I going to be creating for myself with my compass? What is that? What kind of balance am I bringing in? And coming in with some graciousness. It's like when this energy comes in, and with with Neptune for you Pisces, it's like looking in and saying, where is my balance? Where am I being pulled all over the place? Am I not being in control of my own destiny? Am I not being in control of where it is that I want to do? Because the tide has been out for a while for you, because with Neptune retrograde, the tide has been out, but you're like, you know what? But I know how to get out there to set sail. I know how to create so I can start to rise in the direction I so desire. And where I need to, where my life purpose is with where the north nodes are in Gemini. That means I am going to go and take the direction I need right now. And I will question what's coming up. And I will investigate, because I'm going to learn, and I'm going to allow myself to expand in all of this, because you're the ruler of the 12th house, and you bring in a lot of mystery, and you bring in a lot of essence there. And the third house is now going to rise up and say, where do you want to rise to? How are you wanting to create that? Right? It's telling you this is where you need to go. This is the direction. And what is it that you need to pack? What is that? What are the things that you need to pack into your vehicle in order to go forth? In order for you to create that balance, so you can renew your spirit and you can go and you can set forth into what you want to do. And the extremes come in. Whoa, that's a hot moon. Hot moon. So extremes come in. Just like extremes can come in with the tide and and the flow in the ocean, extremes can come in. So this is where you start to look at, what is sort of tossing me all around? What are those extremes that are throwing me off in different directions and taking me off into different places? What have I allowed that? How have I allowed that? Why have I allowed that? And how can I have that change in my life in order for me to create the soul direction I need? This is the air, because your sails will not go without a direction, which is the king. The king of swords is air. It is that force that wants to come in and say, let's tweak your sails and turn them into a direction. So we are going to be heading into the direction that you wish to have, to bring that harmony in, so that you are able to come into that destiny of your life purpose. But there are the extremes that are there that can toss and turn you. But if you are not listening to that compass that is only you have that compass, that is your compass. It only works for you. It doesn't work for anybody else, because it's your compass. So you got to listen to that compass, and that compass is going to take you somewhere. It might take you around all of the crazy extremes. But if you're not listening to it, maybe those extremes are going to come in and they're going to toss you. It's going to be the tsunamis. It's going to be the hurricanes that are going to come in and throw you into directions that you do not want to go into. So you got to watch that. What do we have? There you go. Now as we go into Capricorn. Oh, I did spell it right. Thought I didn't spell it right, but Capricorn, hello, 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 hello. Wow. So thank you for those who are rejoining me, somebody who's new and just sort of popped in and they're kind of wondering, they're like, man, she's been on there for a while. What is she doing? This is where I come in and I do my weekly intuitive readings for your sun, moon, and rising sign. So thank you for those who are just sort of tuning in with me right now. And down below shows you the signs that I have done already. And I am on Capricorn right now. So we are heading into the Capricorn energy for this week and what the Capricorn energy looks like this week. And as usual, there's a lot of shit coming in on Capricorn. You know, there just is. You have Taurus energy, you have Aries energy, you have Neptune energy that's coming in, you have energy that's coming in from Leo with that Venus energy. So bombardment is saying, okay, you know, this is really, I feel like this is where the pressure cooker is coming in, because this is the patriarchal system, this is the foundation. So for a lot of Capricorns, it's like looking at your foundation. Where's the love? Where's the communication? Where's the insight? Where are your dreams? Where are you bringing in the fulfillment in your life? And that's coming in for you. And if it's coming in into the world around you. What is that? You know, how does that feel? Because in your 12th house, you know, we're looking at Sagittarius. Sagittarius is like, okay, we want to bring you some direction. Let's bring you some direction. But I got the south nodes here, so my arrow kind of gets wonky, and it's hard for me to find that total direction right now. So you might find that you're having difficulty finding your direction because you are wanting things to be so set in stone that you're afraid to get that tramp tattoo off, and you haven't shown anybody because you're so embarrassed that you got it, yet you don't want to go through the transformation to take it off in order to set something new and go forward into better walkways, to better love, to better financial situations, to a better future. Yet you're so caught up on, well, it's got to look this way, it's got to be this way, and I can't just change because Capricorn is long term. It's long term. You know, Saturn said, it's like I got to look at the long term effects, and the energy is saying, it's like, no, we got to do some of this now, right? Right? We got to do this now. You don't want to do this now? Fine, then you deal with the repercussions that are coming in right now. That's what it's going to happen. And with that comes, the moon comes in for you. Sensitivity, inner emotions and response. Oh, it's just like, I got to feel all this fucking shit. I'm a goat. I don't want to feel this shit. If you think about a lot of things that are happening with Capricorn and what Saturn represents. So if you pull up a picture of Saturn, like not the planet, but Chronos, Saturn, what it means. Saturn, because it was the last planet that we could see, was Satan. That's what Saturn is. Satan, Saturn, Saturday, satire. That is Saturn. That is Capricorn. So that is that part of Capricorn. Chronos eating his babies. Chronos ate all the babies. It's a horrible thought. But what's happening, you look at our society, Capricorn society, our patriarchal system, everything to do with pedophiles, all of these assholes coming out of the, that are being exposed, because they're eating our children. This is where this energy is coming in. And I think for Capricorns on an individual basis, this is where they have to start looking at, I got to make some structural changes in my own individual life. But doing these now, doing these little things and saying, I'm going to get this done now, is really going to help you in the long term. If you're sitting there and waiting, you got to plan it out, and you got to get your graph, and you got to get everything into order, and there's somebody there who really loves you and wants to shine their love upon you and give you that guidance and say, hey, I am here for you, but you're turning your back because you got to look when something is opposing on a chart. So you got Venus over here and you got Capricorn over here, and Venus is in Leo, and it's kind of opposing, right? It's coming down the middle, and it's like saying to them, okay, take a look at this. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. I want to be loved. That's Venus. I want to bring in prosperity and abundance, Venus. Yet you're so concerned about everything else, like you're so consumed with other things that you've turned your back on what you need to be looking at. But if you take and you sort of go center and you take a step back and you can see them both and you can say, okay, now I got a clear vision on the changes that I need to make. Now I'm able to see things in a better way and allow myself to come into the emotions and see that, yeah, that is truly what I desire. I want to bring in a more harmonious way. I want to allow for myself to sort of pivot, maybe come out a little bit more to hear what is being said and have the confidence, because here comes a little dragonfly, have the confidence to go forward, to renew, to connect to spirit. Because the higher part, the higher connection, going to the top of the mountain is allowing for me to have a better perspective on the way the world is, getting me a look at a better direction on how to get up and down the mountain. This is so I'm not so consumed looking down, 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 down. So I know the yod comes in. The yod is the destiny of God. We've had a lot of yods. We've had the hammer of Thor come in. Destiny, here we go. Get going. Have you been smited, or are you the smiter? Or are you the observer? So if you've been being smited in your life lately, that's usually, it's horrible, but good thing, because you knew it was coming, but maybe you didn't know it was going to come in this way, and it's causing a lot of craziness, right? So this is where that energy is coming in and saying, okay, this is where the new direction I need to take. This is allowing for me to step into, look at the hunter moon, the abundance of everything. Look at them. Look at those little foxes and stuff. They're looking up at her, and she's like looking, and she's saying, yeah, I want to bring you this abundance. I want to bring you these changes in your life and allow for you to have it. But you know what? Maybe there's some things that you need to remove. And removing them now and stepping into that. And as Mercury goes retrograde, because it's going to be squaring off Saturn again, because Saturn isn't coming out of there until December. Mars is going to be in Aries until January. So it's coming in because Mars is also saying, I need direction. You're giving me false direction. You're giving me falsity. I need to know truth. And with you, what happens is that because you're down here, it's the 10 of Wands. Are you asking for help? Are you taking that step and saying, I need help, I need direction, guide me, because I'm going to trust in my Holy Spirit and the divine love of the Lord and the Lady to help and guide me. But am I asking, or am I being a dickhead and saying, fuck you, I'm going to do it myself? I'm not looking at any of the directions. I'm not looking at the finger of God. I'll give God my finger, blah, blah, blah. God will say, fine. Hey, you know what? I'm just a constant. I just open. I just do my thing. I don't change. I don't change my vibration. You don't want to be up here in that of heaven? Fine. There's a reason why God threw Satan out. You're not in my alignment. Go there. Deal with that. See how that works. So in comes this energy for you Capricorns to say, you know what? It's been a rough go. It's been a rough go since 2008 when Pluto came in to disrupt everything, to make the things changing. Then came Saturn. And Saturn's like, yep, okay, I'm here, Pluto. Are you ready? That was about 2-3 years ago. And now Jupiter there saying, you know what? We got to expand things a little bit more. We got to bring in some new open roads. And in comes everybody else. Well, how are you going to do it? Show me the direction. Let's open it up. Let's do it. Are you listening to your intuition? Are you listening to that part of you that is saying it is this way and I'm trusting it? And I'm going to do it, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. And we're going to bring in that energy. And you know what? I don't need this tattoo anymore. I don't need any of this fucking thing anymore. I'm going to create this, and it's going to be fantastic. But if I'm not asking for help, if I'm trying to do it all myself and be the stubborn goat, then you're going to be fucked. Literally, Capricorn. And they're coming in harsh on you this week. Really harsh. So this is where, but it doesn't have to be harsh. I don't think it has to be harsh at all for you. I think if you step back and you say, you know what? Yeah, I can redirect it. Yeah, this feels uncomfortable, but it is in the uncomfortable that creates the newness, that creates the abundance, that creates the joy and the love and the beauty of it all. And I don't know why they just gave me this analogy. This is the analogy. So bear with me. I'm going to put up who's next, but I'm still doing Capricorn. This is the analogy that they gave me, Capricorn. It's like you're on a date and you've been on several dates maybe with this person, and it's going to be your night. You're going to have sex with them. And it is that first time, and it's awkward, and you're afraid to say anything. And am I doing it the right way? Is this right? Should I be on top? Should I be on the bottom? Is it? Do I kiss them? Do I what? What do I? Instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to enter in this, and it's going to be a little bit. You know what? It's going to be awkward for both of us, but let's discover. Let's discover. And in that discovery, yeah, the first time is a little bit awkward and a little bit crazy. But in that discovery, the second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth and the 100th time, it becomes a lot more exciting, a lot more fun. There you go. And we're going on to Sagittarius. Gotta love when my guides give me weird analogies. So Sagittarius, my lovely little Sag. I think being rooted is a difficult thing for you right now, Sagittarius. There's this rooting that's happening for you, and having to be rooted has is bringing in a little bit of havoc for you, because you really want to get going. It's almost like the feeling I get for the Sagittarius right now is like starting a car, and you forgot you had a clutch, so you had to push the clutch in to start the car, and your car's just like we'll push the clutch in, and then you pop the clutch, there's all of this or you forgot to put the emergency brake on, you're just like, wow. So it's sort of like you're having all of these crazy emotions coming in, where it's like, yeah, okay, first, you might have it in, then you pop the clutch, or you forgot that you needed the brake on. And so all of this, energies are just sort of kind of popping in you, and you're wanting to direct yourself into a direction, yet you're just, you're in the car, and maybe you haven't put the GPS on, or maybe you haven't looked at the map, or you haven't done, you haven't prepared. You haven't prepared. And what you are waiting for is someone else to come in and do it for you, someone else to drive for you, someone else to direct for you. Yet your ability to transform and take big leaps is huge. Here comes Pluto. You have that ability, but with the South Node's kind of there, and that's the tail of the dragon, and that's where all the shit comes out. Got to think about it. It's the tail end. So all of this stuff is coming out, and you're just like, what? I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want this anymore. I want someone else to fix it. Instead of rising up and saying, okay, how do I fix this? How do I create something new? Am I going to sit there and allow for all of this to happen? Or am I going to allow myself to rise above it because I have that ability to do it? And in doing that, that means I'm going to be bringing in, the lovers come in. So there's, there are pathways that you are going to choose, but you got to be true to yourself. With the changes that are coming in, are you being true to yourself, or are you being, maybe, in comes faith, the 9th house, right? So in comes the 9th house, and the 9th house is coming in, and you're the 9th house. You rule the 9th house. Yeah, your ruler is in Capricorn, and he's really stressed out, and it's sort of hard to hear what he has to say for you. So this is where it's like, okay, I got to have some faith that things are going to come together for me. I got to have some faith that in my ability that I can transform whatever it is that's happening. So maybe I need to take a breath, push the clutch in, start the engine. Make sure the e-brake is on. Allow myself to take the foot off the brake. So I have it in park, or I have it in neutral, right? That I'm, the car's in neutral. It's idling now. Now I can sort of take some time and start saying, okay, do I have the G? Okay, this is my destination. All right. Oh, I have, when you've ever pushed in for a destination, sometimes they give you alternate routes. Is there a specific route that you want to take? Oh, okay. And I'm going to have faith that I'm putting this energy into this. I'm having faith that this is going to show, because that's the route I want to take. Maybe the route you want to take isn't, that real direct. Maybe there's some, I want to go see, right, they have something there in that town. There's an antique store. I want to go to that. And then I want to, there's another place. Oh, I like that they have a restaurant in that town or around there. So this will take me here, but I'll still get to my destiny and get to my destination. This is allowing for you to take that time to do it. And as you do that, you got to let go of your fear, to know that you are totally protected, that you are going to be fine. Because the fear can cause a huge dark force. But the phoenix there, it's your ability to transform and take that leap forward in order to allow you to have that faith and choose that road. And when you do that, look at what you're putting together. You are putting together that foundation. There's some fineness that is there. You're fine-tuning. You're getting everything together, but you've created quite a bit. You got it down pat. And and this is like, okay, I do know what I'm doing. I do know, these things that I want to do. And I am going to allow myself to continue to move ahead and not rely on someone else to come in and start the car for me and put the e-brake on and put my destination in. And it could be that they put a destination in and they say, okay, it's this way. And you're like, no, I didn't want to go there. So now there's a tug of war. It's like, no, I wanted to go this way. And it's like, no, you wanted me to choose the way. So we're going this way. You have no choice now. The choice has been taken away because you decided to do it to hand it over. So don't hand your power over. Don't hand that over. Maybe it's like, okay, I have to take, I'm not sure how to drive this, or I'm not sure how to do this. So I got to learn. So maybe I need to call somebody in to help to teach me to do this. It's different than having to say, you do it. Teach me how to do this. Teach me how to drive this. Teach me how to program this. Show me how to do this so I can be able to create that road that I'm wanting to create. And as I'm creating that road, it's going to allow for me to bring forth the truth of my desires and have fun along the way. And experience those places that I want it to experience. Then it makes my travels more sweet. It makes the things that I love more sweet. And I'm not all caught up in someone else doing it for me and possibly getting it all wrong. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. You are the activator of our world. You are. I feel like you are. You're activating so much with us right now. You are getting us. You are, with this retrograde, it's almost where, and I got this backhoe and the shovel's down, and you're coming back over everything. And as you're doing it, there's some shaking. So I get a lot of rumbling happening, a lot of shaking happening. But in that, it's a discovery of some newness that's coming out. Things that weren't discovered, things you didn't see before. So I think it feels like you're rediscovering some new energy. You're rediscovering some new ways of doing things. You're looking at it. So in comes the Saturn comes in, because you are making some angles over to Saturn. You are definitely doing some, you're projecting some energy into foundation, and it might be bringing in some challenge for you to gain some more wisdom. It's saying, yeah, you're bringing up some new stuff or things that you didn't discover. It's gaining you wisdom. So in that wisdom, this is where it's like saying, okay, what's that challenge? What is it that you need to look at? Because spiritual wisdom comes in for you, and bringing that spiritual wisdom, the foundation of transitioning right now. And with that moon, the moon is saying, okay, trust in that intuition, trust in that newness that's going in and how it's unfolding. Because a lot of times with Capricorn, if something's disrupting their world and saying, oh, look at this, here, we're going to go this, can be very frustrating, can be very overwhelming, because they really want to have control over everything. They want to have control and over how things get unfolded. And as they do that, if they allow for the things to unfold and going with the flow and listening to it, there is abundance, because Jupiter is wanting to bring in, some, it is Zeus, right? So Zeus is coming in and saying, hey, Grandpa, you're in there in Taurus. How about if we create some newness? And plus, you are the ruler of the second house. So yeah, okay, I want to bring in some abundance into my world. I want to bring in something of a stronger foundation for myself. And I'm willing to open myself up to the wisdom and to the spiritual messages that I'm receiving in creating this. But I need to have patience with it all. I need to have that patience. Because if I don't have the patience in what I am planting forward, and I'm just, because there's a lot of newness that's coming in. So some new seeds might be popping up, some new ideas, some inspiration. There might be something that has been there for a long time, and you're like, wow, I forgot about this. And it's a project that you started maybe a couple years ago, and it pops up and you're like, I forgot about this. I really enjoyed doing this, but I didn't have time. Now I do. Now I have time, and it's already halfway started. Wow, I can really get going on this because I have it, right? So this is like new opportunities and old opportunities that are coming in for you, and opening this up, which is, here comes the King of Pentacles. That is your king. He is the king of foundations. You got to make sure the foundation is good. He wants to make sure everything is in order for you to step forward into your long-time goals, and allowing for you to take a look at, all right, there's some things in here, because as things are shaking up, okay, you know what? It's clearing, because when Neptune does go forward and go back over everything, it's going to say, okay, you've cleared everything you wanted out. Good, because I'm just going to head on forward, because this is what I need to do. And this is the energies that are going to be coming forth for you, not only this week, but over the next 6 years, where you're going to find that you're going to be going forward, And you think it's all going great, but then it's going to come back and it's saying, no, 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 no. We got to look at some things a little bit more closely. Then it's going to go forward. Then it's going to do it again. So you're going to be in this rotation for some time in creating and building a stronger foundation, allowing for you to go more with the flow than staying in your restriction, and allowing, this is where for you to allow for others to open up to you, helping you with your direction, and trusting in the truth of it all, because Saturn or Scorpio comes in. And as Scorpio comes in, it's saying, you know what? You want truth. You want all of this. Well, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. And with you, with this, this is Taurus. With this, because Scorpio is opposite you, is saying, okay, then you got to let some stuff go. This is why Uranus is shaking things up. And Tauruses are like, what? But it's shaking things up for the newness to come in. Then you go forward and then it shakes up and in comes, because we are soon in a couple months going to be in Scorpio season. So we'll have a full moon in Taurus, but you're going to be opposite this energy of Scorpio. Scorpio shining this light onto you, or wanting to show you and say, we got to come into your truth. We got to come into what it is that you need to create. And if you're not going to come into what you need to create, then you're going to find Taurus, you got Uranus in there, and then next year you're going to have Saturn or Mars coming into your sign, and it's going to raise a little hell, because it's going to look at the foundations of your relationships. It's going to look at the foundations of your health. It's going to look at the foundations of how everything is working in your world and how you've set it up. It's the one, and it's like shaking things up and saying, you know what? I don't like the way where you put the pillows. I'm going to put the pillow somewhere else. So there's a lot of shakeup that's coming in for you, especially this week, and with Mars retrograde and with the bad boys also putting energy over into your house, and you're shooting energy out. And you got to remember, you have the grandfather in your sign, which is Saturn's dad and Jupiter's grandfather. And Saturn's saying, fuck you, dad. I took you off your throne. I'm not going to keep you. I'm going to make sure you stay off. And because Saturn it wants to be the ruler. Saturn wants to give all the energy. Saturn wants to be the one that says, this is the direction we want to go. So this is right now, it's like looking at what direction do I want to go? And is that the ruler I want to have in my direction? So there's some shakeups that are going to be coming in. Some newness, some beautiful energies that are going to come forward for you, in the direction. But it's like, are you willing to take it or not? As we move on to Aries. Aries. Woo, Aries! I got to come in. I got to go some. I have Lakshmi coming in as I did that for you, Aries. And Lakshmi really brings in some beautiful, she works with Ganesh. So, Ganesh, ooh, that's Ganesh. And bringing in, and she's bringing in multiple sources for you. Because Aries is there, we have Mars going retrograde. You have Chiron coming in. And it's funny because Chiron being in Aries, last time Chiron was in Aries was in the 70s. And, fashion, and I talk about fashion because fashion was really fucked up in the 70s. And now if you saw the new men's line coming out for men, my husband was he was like, what the fuck is that? What the ass? Men wearing smock dresses and heels? What the fuck is that? And freaking out because of some of the men's fashion that's coming in for men is really, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's actually kind of ugly too, but we'll see. I mean, that's that Chiron in Aries. It brings in radical things. It brings in radical new ideas and energy. And this is where, for Aries, this is like, you're looking at it and you're saying, what is this what I'm going to do? Is this where I'm going to go? And Mars is there like, I ain't doing that. I'm not having that restriction put on. I'm not wearing that. That's not what I do. I'm a warrior. This is what I need to do. And this is that Aries coming in. And Aries is like, this is what I want to do. And it's like, here we come in, and he's going to be going retrograde for close to 2 months. Saying, okay, is that what you want to do? Is that really what you want to do? Is that how you want to do it? And it's going to be squaring off Saturn still. So him and Saturn, there's still going to be this huge fight. Huge fight. How am I going to put down my structure? What am I going to do? Do you want me to wear that outfit? I'm not wearing that outfit. Fuck you. This is what I'm going to wear. This is how I'm going to do it. This is how I feel my life should go. This is how I'm wanting to create my world. That is, form, and this is going to start, and you've already been feeling it. So in comes the Capricorn energy for Aries. It's just like, no way. Yeah, but there's shrewdness there. There's hard work. Materialistic, yes. But you might be saying, I want to come into more of what I love, my passion and things I want to do. I don't want to be stuck in this world that tells me this is how I'm supposed to learn and this is what I'm supposed to wear and this is how I'm supposed to do it. No fucking way. I'm not going to do that. No, you're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me how to do it. This is what you want me to think? No, that is Aries. That is the war. That is what's coming in. And this is what Aries is looking at. I am not putting up with your bullshit. I'm not putting up with that way. I want something else. This is and they're soul searching. This is bringing, what's going to bring them inner peace? What's going to bring you the inner peace? And if you're, and for some Aries, it's like, well, I wanted this and I wanted that. And then it comes a little whininess in it, because you are the warrior. You're going to be whiny about it. Probably not. But that's the whole thing, is like, are you standing in your truth? Because if you're not, in comes routine, your health, how you do things, your structure. So incomes could be headaches, could be nausea, could be bone structures with you, because it has to do with your bone, has to do with your structure. Are you taking care of your body? Are you taking care of what it is that you need to take care of in your life? If you're not, when this card shows up, I know there's something to do with health. If you're not taking care of your health properly, Aries, you're going to find that your structure could fall apart. And things could fall apart around you. So you got to take care of yourself, right? You got to make sure you're exercising, doing the things that you need to do, enjoying your life, enjoying things, and allowing for you to find that path that you truly want to go on. But there's a ladder you have to go up, and you got to trust in that ladder to go to where you wish to go. And in that, it's going to bring you're on a whole new journey, This is a new journey, and you got to trust in whatever you take. You got to trust in this journey of transformation that's coming in for you. You got to trust that this energy, because when something squares, it's just telling you what isn't working and what is working, what's causing you stress in your life, what's causing you strife in your life. And it's like, okay, if this is what's doing it, why am I'm going to release that, or I'm not, that's not a part of my world anymore. I'm creating something new with that. And I'm allowing myself to create something new. And in creating something new is bringing in the fulfillment in my life, bringing in the happiness in my life, and allowing me to breathe. Even with Mars retrograde, it's like, okay, this is like just showing me everything that I can recreate or create even better. And build in that foundation. Yeah, it's going to be hard work. Thank you, Saturn, for showing me that it's hard work. Thank you, Capricorn. This is what I need to do, because I'm going to build it somewhere better, and I'm going to build it even nicer. But there is a lot of anxiousness and anxiety there. There is a lot to do when it comes to Chiron and doing things differently. Have you tried wearing those outfits before? Maybe not. Maybe you might like it. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. You know? But you haven't tried. I'm not going to wear that. I'm not going to. But you haven't tried. Just try it. You might like the new shirt. Might feel comfortable. May allow some more flow for you. Might show off your chest a little bit better. You know? But that's even the same with women. There might be things that in the energies with Aries, like, what haven't you tried before? Maybe there is a new outfit that you're just like, oh, well, I don't like to wear that. Well, have you tried? Maybe you put it on. You put it on, you like it or you don't like it. Right? I tried smocks on. Smocks don't look good on me. I'm not a smock girl. I got too broad of shoulders. But I like the look of them. I like to, I think they're quite cute, but no, just like certain things, it's like I can't have anything good, this is trying it out and looking at it. Okay. And as you try and look at it, you start to see something new. Last but not least, Leo. I don't know why, but you guys are last. You guys have been being nearing the end. My poor little Leos. They're probably like, oh, I'm so impatient. I am not waiting around for mama to talk about me. I'm going to go. I'm a cat. I don't want to listen to what you have to say now. But okay, what did she say? What's going on? Okay. Oh, what? She brought out the can of food? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm back. My little Leos. You have Venus in your sign. So, I mean, she's there. She wants to, she's like, oh, thank God, I'm out of the water. I'm able to say what I want to say, and I want to say things out loud. So you might be saying things a lot more than what you have been for a while and being very vocal in what it is that you want to say. And even looking at, I just got, even looking down at what Saturn is like, what, that's very nice. You're the authority and you have that to say, but sorry, I've been listening to you for far too long and I'm not going to listen to that anymore. I need something a little bit different. So in comes this energy for my Leos is saying, oh, the seventh house. I want to have, Venus is there. So it's, my romance. Woo! Maybe my little Leos need some romance and need some tender loving care. Need to feel that love. Need to feel that nurturing and feel that all that goodness. Because as you do that and you allow yourself to feel all of that beautiful energy and bringing back your courageous passion, you come through your challenges in a positive new way. You come through and things get seen in a new way. And you're allowing yourself to heal. Chiron, healing, bringing in that healing. Yeah, you know what? You are going to be squaring off Mars a little bit. Because Mars is that the counterpart to Venus in Aries, which is, your other fire sign, your partner. And that spark, and it's like saying, well, I need to be heard. I need to know the direction that we're going in. And I want to get things started. I want to get things in motion. This is where I feel for a lot of Leos is like, no, I want to get things going. I'm ready. I've been sitting for too long, or I've been sitting in the cave too long. I'm ready to come out. I need to get things going. I'm ready for the direction. I'm tired of listening to what the old man has to say in this cave and about this and that and the other thing. I'm ready to try something new and go into a direction that helps me to heal and helps me to stand firm in where I want to go. And that allows for you to attract what you want to attract, a super moon. Ooh, this showed up twice. So bringing that energy in of attraction. What is it that I want to attract? What is that I want to bring in? This is really, this energy is allowing for the Leos to say, I'm on stage. I am ready to be seen. I am ready for this. I'm ready to have this significant energy in my life, the relationships and the love and and being held and everything else that has to do with it. And I'm ready for the relationships when it comes into the world around me. And when I do that, I let go of all that pain. I don't have to be in that worry. I don't have to be there. But if you want to stay in the worry, if you want to stay where you are, there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of worry. I got double fours and I got 8. So you are in a huge transformational time this week. 44 adds up to 8, and I got a Chiron is 8 of Swords, and that's the seventh house. So transformation and changes, which brings in abundance for you for this week. So it's really, we start off with feisty fury, and we end up with Leo saying, you know what? I want to bring in the love. I want to bring in that heart. I want to bring in my courageousness of who I am and allow myself to be seen and not lose my individuality to somebody else. I'm not going to lose myself to somebody else. I'm not going to lose who I am, because I know when I step out, I can attract what it is I desire and bring in and have and nurture the significant relationships that are in my life, because they are important and they're important to me. They don't have to be important to you, but they're important to me, and that's what counts. That's the Leo. There we go. Whew! That was a lot. That was a lot of energy. I think you need another sip of coffee on that one. Very active week, guys. Very active week. I'm glad I'm going to take the rest of the day off. We'll see. I got a few things. For those who are for your tarot horoscopes, you should be getting them by the 15th. My Libra is texting me. That's funny. So this is, he wants to know if everybody's home, so I have to message him. So yes. So this is where I feel this week is going to be some heavy duty, action packed energy. A few things that on Friday I will not be on. Oh, I might be on Scope. Yes, because I don't have to leave till later on. So Friday I'll still be on Scope. I don't know about Saturday for the weekend report, because I will be in Manville this weekend. So I'm heading off to Manville. I have, my Ship Be Gone spray. I'll be having that up next week. So if people are this week, hopefully this week, because I have to go and get some stuff. But anyways, this week. So I have Ship Be Gone spray that's going to be coming out. So $25 a bottle if you want to get it. And going to send you out with so much love. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Blessed be everybody. And thank you. Thank you for being a part of my soul tribe. And share this out. Share this out. Share this out. Share this out. Mama wants to get more likes and loves and everything else, so that the messages can get out to more people. So blessed be everybody.